welcome to Hefei in China. We've got FIBA Asia Cup 2025 qualifiers for you. It's game day 3 in Group C, and it's China against Guam. China looking to bounce back from that defeat in against Japan in game day 2 and get themselves back on that qualifying trail. Well, for Guam, this is their 3rd game. They've all been on the road. Can they find a win here? You can see they do go back home on the 24th against Japan. China on the road in Mongolia in the 2nd game of this window. Here's how it stands, and you can see the Japanese sitting pretty at the top with 2 wins from 2. China and Guam both split their opening 2 games. Mongolia looking for their 1st win. Japan and Mongolia are playing right now as the lights go down and we get set for team introductions here. And these Chinese fans have been excited in the build-up to this game, and they will want to see their team on court perform to that level. For Guam, it's about can they pull off what would be an upset. As I say, they've got a difficult route through. They've obviously already come through the pre-qualifiers to get here, but their first 3 games away from home, their last 3 at home, and they get set to be introduced to the crowd. They're without Ty Wesley today, who was pretty decent in their first round of qualifying. Certainly gave them a bit of presence in and around the basket. 12.6.5 rebounds per game, so they're going to have to make that up somewhere along the line. But I always think in these sorts of games, when you're on the road as the underdog, it's about how well you can start. And EJ Calver, their coach there, will be trying to inspire his men to get off to a strong start, try and take some of the life out of the building, because if this Chinese team gets on a roll early on, these fans will be loud and raucous, and suddenly all the momentum goes against you, and that is the worrying concern, if you like. Well, China under Coach Go back in charge, his 2nd spell with the national team as a coach, of course decorated player in his day, but coached him in 2009, taking over from Coach Djordjevic last summer. And the task is very clear for him. You know, they're expected to win these games, to qualify, and to do well when they get there. We will pause now for the national anthem, starting with our visitors, Guam. And now for the national anthem of the People's Republic of China. Well, as the teams exchange their mementos, as you went down the line there, you could see the real difference between these two teams in terms of the size that China are bringing to the floor. It's something that Guam don't really have much depth in terms of their height. Only 3 guys above 2 meters. They're going to have their work cut out inside with the size of the likes of Yang, you can see in your screen, and who was averaging 21 points a game in the first window. Our 3 officials for tonight getting ready for the action. 2 of them from Korea, 1 from Thailand. Messrs. Park, Uchapin and Chuan with the whistles. And as I say, Guam had a long old road to get here, didn't they? They won that initial Group C with 2 wins from 2. Then they had to navigate their way through Group F, and they were undefeated in those qualifying games in Mongolia as well. So thoroughly deserving of their slot here, having come through the pre-qualifiers. But it's another step up, isn't it, when you've got to play the powerhouses of Asian basketball in Japan and China in the same group. And obviously, you know, the size of Guam, the amount of players to pick from, slightly limited compared to 1.4 billion Japanese people. Galloway, Blaze, Borja, Ross and Cruz will be the starting 5 for the visitors. And important, you feel, that the likes of Galloway and Ross don't pick up early fouls. As I mentioned, the absence of Wesley, he obviously has a little bit of bulk that he could have brought to this team, but they're just a little thin on that front line. They're probably going to have to try and speed the game up, I would imagine, to try and negate the size advantage that the Chinese will certainly have in the half court. And, well, Coach Calvo's done a good job with this team, and he'll know the size of the task facing him, but he'll have a game plan ready to try and take down this Chinese team. A Chinese team trying to bounce back, obviously. That disappointing defeat to Japan not happened for nearly 80 years. Zhang Qiu, Yao Qiu and Zhu, the starting 5 for China. And as I say, Hu Jin Cho looked very good in the first window, and he'll be keen to carry on that level of performance here in window number 2. A couple of games over this weekend. China can't qualify this weekend. Japan could if Japan won both of their games. But Coach Go, as I say, second time around, he was very young. He was actually the youngest head coach in Chinese history when he took over back in 2009. Just did the 1 tournament, silver medal. But he's got a lot of experience now under his belt in the domestic league, and he's bringing that to bear here in the international thing. We'll just pause for a moment of silence for Dato Yo Chok.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for a minute of silence in honor of the passing of FIBA Asia Secretary General Emeritus Dato Yo Chok. 近日，曾在1998年至2012年担任国际篮联亚洲区秘书长的马来西亚篮球名宿杨赐福拿督遗憾离世，享年80岁。为了纪念他为亚洲篮球发展做出的卓越贡献，参加国际篮联亚洲杯预选赛第2窗口期赛事的各支球队，将在每场比赛开始前为杨赐福拿督默哀1分钟，以此向他致敬。请全体起立。默哀1分钟。 莫安碧，请坐。
Well, our thoughts and that of the global basketball community with the family of Dato Yo-Chu Hock, the FIBA Asia Secretary General Emeritus, who passed away recently at the age of 80, and all the great work he did in over 30 years of basketball administration in this part of the world. Well, the countdown is on. We're almost set to get the latest window underway here of the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. It is China, the hosts, against Guam, and it is the visitors who will get the opening possession of the ball game. Cruz has it. Good pressure out on the three-point line for the Chinese. That shot a little long from Jericho Cruz. And China will get to build for the first time with Hu Mingxuan. Patient here from the Chinese, not quite zipping the ball about. Yeah, late in the shot clock here, needs to go to work. Ball has to go up, it does go up, and it's off the mark in the end from Zhu, but an offensive rebound will get China a new 14. Hu Mingxuan all the way to the rim and just beat him for foot speed there, and China on the board. Poked away out of bounds by Zheng. So it'll be a sideline ball that Ross will inbound. Here's Cruz. Cruz going the opposite way to the screen, getting 2 feet in the paint, but you can see he was worried about the shot blockers. A few pump fakes to create a little bit of doubt in the defenders' minds, but Cruz is on the board, and so too Guam. Zhang inside, and you can hear as soon as he touches the ball, they're wanting him to go, and go he does indeed. Hu Jungcho, his first, and it won't be his last two of the game, I'm sure. Not loose, stolen away by the Chinese. They've got numbers here, it's 4-on-2. Here's Hu again, just too big, too long inside, and an easy layup for the number 21. This is where I wonder whether they might need to speed the game up a little bit, because the length of the Chinese defensively is going to make ball movement difficult unless you can make it zip. And it wasn't quite zipping there, and actually the pass was all the way out of bounds. Yao brings it forward, round the high screen. Oh, well, that was the right play. It was a lovely roll to the basket from who maybe Lau saw it a little late, but a tap of the chest to say, yeah, my fault. That should have been an assist and 2 points. Need to get it over here. Clock running down. Just got over the 8-second line in time, but what an awkward spot to be in. Poked away by Zhang once again, but they got themselves in a bit of a muddle there, Guam. Cruz to inbound. Borja attacking the rim. Oh, what a finish! 2 Chinese defenders around him, but I don't know he could see the basket, but he managed to spin it in. That's all that matters. 3 ball is up from Xu, off the mark. Rebound pulled in by Zhu. But all day, time and space to think about that. Probably a little too much time. There's going to be a foul on the rebound. I think Borja had a hole trying to box out. And again, that's the other area of the size discrepancy, is you can box out, but he can just go over the top of you. Nice pass inside. Oh, he's not able to finish this time, though. Hu Jun-cho. Foul under the basket. Hu Mingsheng not wanting to give up the easy score, took the foul instead. 3 minutes gone, 6 points to 4. It certainly looked easier for the Chinese so far, but they haven't been able to take advantage of that as Mark Johnson Jr. checks in for the first time. Nice little give and go, beautiful play. And Joe Blaze Jr. lays it in to tie the scores at 6 points apiece. The old give and go, it's been effective. Well, pretty much since basketball was invented, I should have thought. Nice ball movement. Open shooter, no mistake this time. Zheng Fangbo knocks down the triple, first one of the game for China. Having missed their first three, a little step under there from Cruz, and he will go to the line for a free throw. I suppose the worrying thing from Guam's perspective is there's been a few open threes. They hadn't made any of them, China, but that one went in. If the Chinese start getting hot from three-point line, could be a difficult night. Guam, you can see, not the best free throw shooting team in this competition. But Cruz making no mistake with those two free throws. Go Shiyang in for the first time. Hu Mingsheng sitting down. Here's goal. Again, look how much space there is. He's just made a three, Zheng, and they totally lost him in the corner. Doesn't make them pay, though. Nice attack. Good, strong finish as well at the end of it. He's certainly looking to get to the rim whenever he can. Joe Blaze. Go. Gets it back. Again, room on the perimeter. They're gonna have to get out to the shooters. Zheng Fangbo. I mean, that's what he does. You can't give him that sort of space. He's 2 or 3 from the line. Tough three coming back the other way. Zheng with the rebound. Zheng going it alone, all the way to the rim, to the finger roll. Everything but the finish. The crowd were up for that one. Chance at the other end for some transition points, and the little pull-up is good. Thought maybe Cruz could get all the way to the rim, but as long as you knock it down, that's the important thing. We're tied at 12. He's got half of his team's points. Cruz. Yao. He thought about the three, turns it down. Crowd counting down the shot clock. Bit of a prayer at the end of it from Yao. Three ball off the back of the iron from Cruz. In control up top. Moves it on to Liao, trying to get to the basket. Had to slow it down. Good ball reversal by the Chinese. 3 ball is short from Zheng. Numbers here, 2-on-1. Well, I think I'd rather have seen Johnson go to the rim there rather than flare to the corner. It is the modern game, of course, but looked like a layup might have been possible. Nice step through. Guam wanting to travel. I don't think there was anything wrong with that from Zheng Fangbo maybe 15 years ago, but not now. Blaze. Again, looking to attack the rim. Great block. And a chance for China to run. No foul, so it's 3-on-1. Drop back to Hu, who's able to lay it in. Well, Hu Jinghu Cho, the big man is running the floor, you feed him. There was the possibility of the alley-oop on the other side of the rim, but the big fella's going to go full pace. This is the block. Just perfect timing from Zheng Panbo. And you see Liao was pointing to the rim, wanting the alley-oop, but you got the big man running the floor. Reward him. That'll make sure he does it next time. Good timeout here, I think. Just want to stop a little bit of momentum with 3:22. It's been a good first quarter from Guam's perspective. Well, as I say, I think that was a good use of the timeout. It's only a 4-point game, but what you don't want is it to get away. And China just on those last couple of plays, sensing a bit of momentum. So pull that to one side and regroup. Bit of full court pressure here from the Chinese. Nothing too strenuous. Oh, but good hands from Zheng to knock it loose. Ball's on the floor. Was that a kick? It's going to be a Chinese ball either way. It did look for a second like Ross had kicked that one out of bounds, but it's a Chinese possession. You see again, Zheng getting his hands on stuff, and he couldn't get full possession, but he did enough to give his team the chance to get the ball back. Yang Hansen into the game again. Look at the size they're bringing off the bench, the Chinese. I'm sure he's looking forward to getting to the rim. He thought about a three and then thought maybe first touch the ball. Nice pass. And oh, he's blown the dunk though. Well, Zheng did all the hard work, but tried to rock the rim and completely messed it up. Well, that shot is blocked. Well, it fell nicely in the end, and somehow they scrambled 3 points out of that. I'm not sure Galloway knew too much about that rebound. It just sort of fell into his hands, and Ross able to knock down the three. Zheng inside. Again, listen to the noise. They want Yang to go, but the double team forces the turnover. And Gao with the foul. And that was good patience defensively with that double team. So it's about, you don't want to go too early. You want the offensive player to think, right, I'm going to make my move. And then as he takes his eyes off any potential double team, then you can attack. Kuchanova offered the screen. Driving in, throws it up high, and I think just the presence of Yang there, but they get it back, Guam. Threw that shot a little higher than he might have otherwise wanted. Backhand, Yang gets a fingertip to it, and then commits a foul. Yang Hansen, the youngster, just 19 years of age, great promise, and just another one of these giant Chinese front line. Have been so famous down the years, haven't they, for their big men, and he looks like the next cab off the rank, that's for sure. Oh, a little stumble there from Ross. He ended up on the floor. There's a little look at the referee. But all he sees is a finger pointing the other way down the court because it's a Chinese ball from the end. A fourth turnover of this first quarter for Guam. Oh, there's going to be a foul and a 4-point play. Hedronova diving out, Cheng knocking down the three. Well, he was going through his reads. It looked at first like he didn't want to shoot it, but shoot it he did. And then the dive out. Beautiful three-point shot. They've not quite been close enough to the Chinese on these three-pointers. And maybe China haven't made as many as they would have liked to this point, but they've knocked a few down, and Cheng Shuaipeng at the free throw line for the 4-point play. That one rims out. And the rebound grabbed by Galloway. Knew all about that rebound. Again, a little pressure up court here. Got to get it across the line. They do that with about a second to spare. Hedronova. Again, this pressure out to the three-point line. It's very difficult for them to even get inside the three-point line, never mind near the basket at the minute. Shot needs to go up here. It's on the buzzer, misses everything. China with the rebound though, so Gao can keep running this one. Here's Zhang all the way to the basket, the up and under scoop. Zhang Ning taking it to the rim. And China up 6 inside the final minute, the opening quarter. A good opening quarter it's been here at Hefei. Well, tough shot at the end of that. It's over the backboard, it's still live. It hit the line though. Which way is that going to be? It's going to be a Chinese ball, but you can see that pressure from the Chinese defense is forcing Guam into a little bit of talent play, just hoping one guy can make something happen. There's a bit more ball movement at this end of the floor. You can see trying to force the switches and get the mismatches. It's really zipping about, but now they've got to think about a shot here. Nice pass, little driving kick. Oh, shame that didn't go. It was a beautiful play. Here's a chance for Guam to run. They have numbers. And I thought for a second it was going to come out for Hedronova, but chance for a last second run back the other way. It's deflected out of bounds, and a good first quarter here on game day 3 of the FIBA Asia Cup. It is China who have the lead against Guam, but not much in this end of the first. China 21, Guam 17. Well, you would say that offense has looked a little bit easier for the Chinese, but they haven't really. That three-point percentage, they would have expected it to be maybe made a couple more given how open they were. I know 50% is pretty high, but given how open they were. But he'll be pretty happy, Coach Calvo, I think. His team have played well in this first 10 minutes. Their difficulty is in the half court, sometimes they get a little static. You thought early on when that one went in that the size of China might do a lot of damage inside. It still more might, but they've done all right, really, Guam, at that end. And again, I think that's when they're at the best, Guam, when the ball was zipping and just a little bit quicker. It's not easy against this Chinese defense. They move well, and obviously the length we talk about at the offensive end exists at the defensive end as well. But they've shown that they can get to the basket from time to time. They're not intimidated by the shot blockers. And they've just got to keep that going. Put the pressure on the Chinese, who are big favorites, and obviously playing at home, be a lot of expectation from this crowd. They've come to be entertained, come to see their team win. Don't forget, you can watch all the action on Courtside 1891. Scan the QR code, download the app, keep on top of the streams from all around the world. So many games this weekend, all across the world, not just here in Asia. Wall-to-wall basketball all weekend. Make sure you get on that. Back underway here in the second quarter. China with the opening possession, but good hands to steal that away from Jonathan Galloway. Again, that's the way to beat the height. Get in there early. Here's Cruz. Galloway has a glance at the shot clock, only 5 seconds left. 3-ball is up and 3-ball is good. Takumi Fukada knocking it down. Well, again, a late challenge, and you just got to get out. How taking full advantage of the extra space. I suppose that's a little bit trying to protect the rim, I guess. You've got to pick your poison at sometimes. Borja can't get those 3 points back. Fu on the turnaround, looking for a foul, doesn't come his way, and it's Ross who timed it best. Good hands from Galloway to back that back to Cruz. You can't convert. Second attempt. Yang Hensen able to pull in the rebound for the Chinese. Here he is at the offensive end with the lane in front of him. All the way to the rim, slowed it down and laid it in for 2. Well, he caught the ball. I think at first he's thinking, I would just swing this round, and suddenly he realized a big lane in front of him. Took it all the way to the rim with those long strides of his. Here's Ross. Ross going the long way round. Again. Oh, and he's stolen the ball away as well. Did that come off a foot? Well, Yang Hensen changed that initial shot. He might have even got a little hand on it. Then he came up with the steal, really getting himself involved here in the early stages. But, yeah, it was a kick ball. Guam ball from the side, trailing China by 6. Just about get it in. Extra pass to Galloway from close range, and he tosses in his first 2 of the game. Yang trying to create some space inside. Finally, he gets the ball. Only one result there. He was looking for it from the wing. It wasn't there. He rolled to the middle, and a great pass from Fu from high post to low post. And that, you feel, definitely a point of attack for the Chinese. 3-ball off the mark from Takumi. Again, look at the room. I mean, China will be ruining some of these missed opportunities. Zhu Junlong was absolutely wide open at the top there. Sure, he'll be at halftime getting them out and shooting a few more open threes because they keep getting loads of them. Here's Cruz. Cruz all the way to the rim, blocked. Yang with the denial. He thought he got the step, but the long arms of Yang said no. And defense to offense, couldn't turn it in to a 3 for who? China with another offensive rebound, 27%. They've been good looks as well. Oh, rejection from Galloway. Oh, he saw a block at the other end and thought, I'm going to get involved in that. It's going to be a foul on Zhu Junlong.
Substitution, because from Team China,
Zheng Fanbo returning to the action. Very lively in the first quarter, both ends of the floor. Got his hands on a lot of deflections. Oh, nice spin! And Zhang ended up on the floor, and Borja, pretty move to the finger roll. Liao, around the screen, thought about the three, turned it down. Good hands, great strip from Cruz. Had to time that perfectly and did. Blazes out court. I don't know, because he had to reach back and down for it, whether he just lost his bearing slightly, but he was wanting to get that three ball up and he hopped onto the sideline. Liao kicks it out to Zhang, puts it on the floor. In the corner, Xu! Up to 7 now, the lead for China. They haven't been able to get away as yet. Guam have found a response every time they've been asked to. And Galloway trying to do exactly that. He's wanting a foul, nothing doing. China come back the other way, and look at the space down the middle for the easy lay-in for Hu Jingzhou, and I think Galloway just got a little distracted looking at the referee, going, was there a foul there, ref? And didn't get back on defense, and well, Hu just ran the floor right down the middle, and the easiest of layups, and suddenly a little bit of daylight for China, and Guam have to call their point across. See, just towed the line on that one. Long two and a half really. But this was the one, I think because Galloway had been protesting the call halfway down, he didn't know who to go with and matched up to the wrong man in the end. Midway through the second quarter, China on top, but Guam hanging on. Important, you feel, for them to get to the half, still within touching distance. It's not easy to come on the road to China and pick up a win. You've got to have a 40-minute performance for sure. That one off the mark, and they'll let that one bounce out of bounds. Hu Jingzhou didn't want to take the risk of dropping that one out for a Guam possession. So a chance for a double-figure lead here. Ooh, up in the air. Back to Liao. Gets to the elbow. Short on that one. And the tip on the follow from Zhang couldn't quite get full purchase on. Here's Ross under pressure. Ross beats his man. Driving kick. Cruz open for three. Guns it. And 3 much-needed points for Guam. Cuts it down to 5. Again, as I said, every time they've been under a little bit of pressure, they've responded, Guam. Nice pass. Beautiful assist there. Hu Ming-sheng with a lovely pass. It was an easy layup, really, for Hu Jingzhou. Well, Cruz steps into another 3. He didn't quite have the line on that. That's saved, and China have numbers. A man right down corridor. Oh my! Hu Mingsheng misses the open layup. Crowd cannot believe that one. He's probably too wide open. Galloway using his body to good effect. The hook was a little wider because of the length and size once again inside of Hu. Pick and roll. Look, two wide open shooters. Zheng Fangbo misses it. Foul on the rebound. Well, Zheng would want that one back, really. Either he or Hu Mingsheng could have shot that. They were both open. It's that off arm there of Blaze that gets him the foul. Well-earned breather for Borja. Here's Liao. Around the three-point line. It goes. Nice cut. Oh, and a big jam. Zheng Fangbo with authority to the rim. Stuffs it home. Blaze around the pick and roll. Into the key, in a little bit of trouble. Needs some help. Finds it from Galloway. Shot clock in red numbers, though. Got to be quick here. Good hands to deflect it away. It's going to have to be a heave from Ross. Oh, it nearly went in as well. Heck of a shot that. He did well just to draw iron. Never mind, get it close. Zheng again, it's beautiful ball movement. Yao for three. And this time, the Chinese excellent ball movement results in 3 points, and suddenly it's a double-figure lead with 2 to go to halftime. Guam will want to get it back to single figures to go to the locker room here. The lob up to Galloway. Who'd that touch last? Well, it must have been Hu Jingchok because it's a Guam ball. And he's going to get the last 141 off here. There's Yang Henson checks in. Important 140 here. Guam have got to keep this manageable. It's a tough shot, but it's late shot clock. Galloway trying to get a rebound. He's done well there. Yang Hansen kind of baited into that foul. It's a good experience as much as anything from the 28-year-old Galloway. It'll be inbounded on the near side as we look at it from Cruz. A little overly complex. I think it was going to be a tough pass even if he executed it, Cruz. That along the baseline, it's a tough angle. Whether because they moved him to that side, that messed it up, I don't know. Again, just head down to the rim. Hu Mingsheng. A little stumble to the rim, and again, Ross unable to finish. Chance for China in the open court. And chance taken right to the rim. Hu Mingsheng again. Back-to-back layups. And suddenly, it's a 16-point lead. Well, I said this last 100 seconds was going to be important. It's definitely going China's way at the moment. Although a chance for Galloway from the free throw line as he's fouled by Zhu Junlong. Just not quite getting across in time. Well, these are must-makes, really, aren't they? Given time and score. Ko Shi Yang checks back in. Oh, rims out. Oh, he's missed them both. And another, oh, I thought it was going to be another finger roll there. China suddenly running rampant. Guam need a score here. They've got to score just for the psychology. The last 2 minutes have been all China. Ross. He almost loses it. It's turned over. And again, China on the run. And again, it's that man, Zheng Fangbo, jamming it home. And I thought there might even be a chance for a quick heave at the end. But what a finish to that half from the Chinese. Really rampant in the end. And again, turned it up a little bit defensively. And Liao throwing the alley-oop. Still some work to do for Zheng Fangbo, but do it he did. And China with a 13-0 finish to this half have turned what was a close game into a big lead. At the interval, it is China 45, Guam 27. Oh, Guam. Well, I wish that was an 18-minute first half, really. And just got stuck on 27. And oh, it kind of dissipated from there. And the big difference for me is that top line, the 2-point field goals. It's been so much easier China getting to the rim than it has for Guam. Not to say that they haven't done it, but it's just been easier. Zheng's been lively, both ends of the floor. But the reality is, they were 5 down with 4 minutes to go, Guam. They were on 27, and they didn't score again in the half. And that has been the problem. And that is why they find themselves in a big deficit. If they could have got single figures at half-time, it's game on. Now let's have a look back at the best plays of the second quarter. I think most of them are going to be from the team in white, to be honest with you, certainly at the end, where there was only one team scoring. Guam going blow for blow in the early stages of this contest. But it was really China stretching them out a little bit. They've had some good three-point attempts, haven't quite made as many as they would have liked. But it's sort of the worst of all worlds in that for Guam, in that they haven't quite got out to the three-point shot, but they haven't been able to stay in front and deny China a path to the rim either. And then when they get a little bit of open floor transition off defensive plays like this one, that's when China really have looked very threatening, when their defense has led to offense and able to get out, get those cheap points. And as you can see from the highlights, there's been quite a few of them. There haven't really been any I can remember at the other end. Big authority jam. I thought Zheng's played really well, both ends of the floor, been aggressive in terms of attacking the rim, in terms of getting his hands in passing lanes, deflecting loose balls. Very much my star of the first half for sure. Well, plenty for Coach Calvo to think about at the half. It's 45-27, China leading Guam.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Feel the momentum, swing, Jefferson. Exactly what Jordan needed.
Nice no-look dive to the reverse, and that's a beautiful play. Service, delivery, and Baba adds to his scoring tally. Rakji behind the back, throwing it up to Gyok Chan. Wizardry from Arakji.
And you know, if Washington goes in and he misses a layup, good defense by Kawashima. There's the penetration, what a dive. Oh, baby, are you kidding me? Sugoi, one more time. Well, the pass came from Kawamura.
And Indy will have another 14 seconds. And the dunk and the foul. Prince attacks the basket, Pranav Prince.
Bilal, oh, lovely backdoor cut. Good read, though, by Ibrahim. Launches out the fast break. Abu Hawaz with the two-hander, but it's batted away. What defense. 6th three-pointer night here for Chinese Taipei. Second one now for Xie. Brownlee, Magadagabi. Good night. Are you kidding me? What a throwdown by Justin Brownlee. Defense now, Demario Mayfield coming up with it. Rocky shot to push as they got numbers, goes up. Oh my goodness, what a rejection.
Ming Shun, right hand. Rebounded by Hawkinson. Now breaking out with speed to the right hand. Nice tip away from the bucket. Great block, great rejection.
There's the catch, there's the shot, and there's the bucket. What a hit that is. Incredible on the buzzer. Yakchali with the three.
That is unbelievable. These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Well, China are on top here, leading 45 points to 27, thanks to that 13-0 run in the final 4 minutes of that first half. Particularly, I thought the last 2 minutes, they just turned up the temperature a little bit defensively. And that was some of the challenges for Guam as we look back at some of the first half highlights from Jericho Cruz. He's been a guy who's been able to get the ball in the basket consistently. Perhaps not his most efficient game, but you've got to find some way of scoring, and he's been able to do that, and that's a little bit of the challenge. You can see even on a play like that, normally you'd think take it to the rim, but he's cognizant of the size of the Chinese team, so he's taking the shots that are available to him and knocking them down, and they're going to need plenty more of this in the second half if they're going to find a way back into this contest. And that'll be the frustrating thing, is for 16, 17 minutes, they were right there going blow to blow, and suddenly you look up and it's the thick end of 20 that you're down. But this was very much my player of the first half, Chun Bo. Yes, his offense and his highlight plays, but I thought he really brought some energy at the defensive end as well. And stuff that didn't always show up on the stat sheet, some deflections and knocking the ball loose and that sort of thing, just giving them a bit of life. Obviously the highlight plays as well to go with it. Chun Bo definitely had the crowd up on their feet in that first half, and they'll be hoping for more of the same. And the other thing in games like this is you want to say to the coach, "Oh, I need a few more minutes, coach." You're always staking your claim at this sort of level. Obviously, these are the qualifiers for FIBA Asia Cup 2025 in Saudi Arabia. And these are the moments where you get to stake your claim not only to be on the plane for that competition, to book your team a spot, but to make sure that you're in that final 12 and to make sure that you get big minutes when you're out there as well. These are the moments that coaches go, well, actually, I know I can trust this guy in this moment. So these players will be very much thinking about how they can impress as well as winning this game. I feel like they maybe want to get a few three-point shots up, because that would be the one thing if you were being hypercritical of the Chinese. Their three-point percentage isn't terrible. They're 5 of 15, so they're 33% from behind the arc, and you'd say, well, that's okay, that's passable. But it's the quality of looks. They've had some really, really good three-point looks because they've had great ball movement. And really, players at this level, if they're open, you know, they'd probably shoot 60% if they're open threes. And that'll be the thing that the Chinese will maybe think, oh, we could have done that a little bit better. He certainly contributed. 7 rebounds, 12 points, so well on his way to a double-double. 3 assists as well. Not beyond the realms of a possibility for a triple-double. They're all so rare at the international level. Triple-double. Plenty to work on from there. The other thing is that with an 18-point lead, the sort of comfort level of a team really goes up, and you really have that feeling of ease. And actually, those shots, maybe they go in the second half because they're feeling a bit, well, we've got this lead, these shots on, adds pressure filled, and Guam the other way, you know, suddenly the scoreboard applies pressure in a way that it didn't in the first 16 minutes of the contest. That's why I said at the start of the game it was important for them to start well. Start well they did. Now it's super important that they get some sort of toehold in this game in the first 3-4 minutes of this second half. If they can find a way of just going, even if it's like 12-4 or something, not a massive run, but just to eat into that lead, not let it get out to 20. You can only win the game at the end, but you've got to be in a position by the end. And at the minute, they're not in a position, so they've got to find some way to take chunks out of this lead. As I say, population to choose from. There's not too many bigger differentials between countries going head-to-head. Don't forget you can keep on top of all of the Asia Cup qualifiers on our fabulous app. Scan the QR code, download it, got all the stats and news and highlights and all sorts going on. But yeah, I mean, Guam is a population of about 170,000 people versus 1.4 billion people. So just in terms of people to choose from, it's a huge imbalance, but it's just 5 on 5 at the end of the day. Well, your 5 as good as their 5. And for 16 minutes or so they were. Well, the converse to what I just said about Guam is China will be thinking, right, 2, 3, 4 good minutes here. Let's put this game away and then we can ease ourselves down and start thinking about the game in a couple of days' time. China going to Mongolia on Sunday for their second game, game day 4 of this qualifying section. Underway in the third quarter. Guam with the opening possession, just a friendly bounce there, but they'll take it any way that it comes. Ross says thank you very much. He's up to 7. Hu fires up the 3 and knocks it down. Hu Mingsheng with the triple. As I was saying, those looks are there for the Chinese. If they start knocking them down, this could get pretty ugly for Guam. Here's Ross trying to force the pass across the key. Too many Chinese bodies in the way for that. Nice skip pass. There he is again. Not back-to-back threes though for Hu Mingsheng. Ross. Oh, it's turned over again. Hu Jintro with his hands on it. Here's Zheng again. Long strides to the basket. Zheng Fangbo up to 14. 9 turnovers. They were doing all right early on. Can't let those affect them now. Put those plays away. Don't turn 2 turnovers into 3. Oh, they do turn 2 turnovers into 3. Numbers 3 on 1. Oh, is that a block? Oh, it goes in anyway. Well, I'm not quite sure how he squeezed that one in, Zhu Junlong. Whether there was a block from behind or he just jammed it off the front of the rim, but it went in. They don't draw pictures in the scoreboard. Look at the difference in fast break points. 16-4. Hu Jintro with the rebound. Again, time, space, string music. Hu Mingsheng absolutely wide open. Simple pick and roll. All the defenders went with the roller. Nobody stepped up to the shooter. Ross underneath. Trying to get that scoreboard ticking for the visitors. Well, from 32-27. Oh, good block from Ross. Got his hands on the ball there. Here's a chance for some fast break points. Blaze loses it, and that'll go back China's way. I think he just got caught in 2 minds as to whether to go it alone or pass it off, and in the end, lost the ball and did need that. Yao. Oh, nice skip pass. That's great vision. Cross court from Liao to find Zhu Junlong. Wide open for the triple. And the pain keeps on coming for Guam here in the second half. Back out to Ross. Little pump fake, taking it to the rim, using his body well. Doesn't drop, and Galloway tips it away, but China have the ball. Crowd almost begging for a three-point shot, and they get their wish in the end from Liao, but he can't knock it down. This is a little too up and down, I think, for Guam. China looking a little comfortable in this sort of environment. Liao's going to back out and call a play. Working the high screen. Liao goes all the way to the basket, and the follow and tip in from Zhu Junlong. But really, the points are flowing a bit too freely as far as Guam are concerned. They can't keep this pace with the Chinese. So they're going to find something to make it a little more difficult offensively. All right, misses everything from Cruz, and it'll be a shot clock violation because he didn't hit the rim, it hit the backboard.
Substitution for both teams.
Well, wholesale substitutions for China. That usually means the coach is very happy or very upset, and in this case it's very happy. I'm sure now it's about load management as much as anything. You're up 29, so let's get to the end of the game without burning anybody out, save ourselves for the next round, give everybody some good minutes. It's foul on Galloway. Young Henson again, whenever he touches the ball in the low block, you can hear a buzz of anticipation, of excitement from the crowd to see this 2'16", 19-year-old go to work. Look at the size advantage he has. You can hear the crowd baying for him to go. Here he goes, and he lays it in. He gives them exactly what they want. And they cheer his name. 6 points for him, perfect 3 of 3 from the floor. And Cruz getting his way to the basket and to the free throw line. Zheng Fangbo will sit down for China, and you can see Matthew Fagogo checking in. Two of 5 now from the free throw line. The team, Guam. He makes the second, Jericho Cruz. He's into double figures, first player on his team to get there. There's already 3 Chinese men who've gone past 10 points. Full backing down to the jump hook. Does he have the roll? No, he doesn't. How off the mark. Oh, nice quick attack. But the flip from Chanova doesn't bobble in. Just about keep that one in. Good check of the feet there from Zhang Ning. Zhang, late shot clock, gets all the way to the basket himself. Don't think that hit the rim. Is that not a shot clock violation? Or maybe it did hit the rim. That's what the referee signaled, that the ball hit the rim. So even though the horn went for a shot clock violation, that basket's going to count for Yang Henson. Oh, he might get a steal as well. He does. Thought for a second he was going to run the floor coast to coast, the big man. But he passes it up. Go. Yang lines up a three. Why not, big fella? Why not? Yang Henson from behind the arc. He's shown his prowess in the key already. And make that 5 of 5 for 11 points. Cruz gets it back. Cruz plants 2 feet. Nice shot. Jericho Cruz up to 12. Not quite as efficient a 12 as Yang at the other end. Go into, well, good recovery. Yang just slipped out of his hands. I think it was the extra little bit of pressure that came late. It made him just double think what he was doing. Yao sits down. Chen in, oh, good hands from Yao. Can't quite force the turnover, but got them in an awkward spot halfway through the shot clock. Cruz under pressure. Chinese have turned the defense up here. And Cruz forced to bounce it off the legs of Yang. Applause from the bench. Say, good defensive effort. Keep that going. Wants a bit of extra pressure. They've just, at times, just turned that dial up a little bit, China, defensively, and this is one of those moments. Shot clock, a long way from the basket, needing to get rid, can't get rid. Well, welcome to the game, Thomas Calvo. He's just checked in, and it was only a few seconds on the shot clock, and he was giving the ball out near the halfway line. I don't think his teammates helped him out there. Be a sideline ball for China. Full. Backing down to the spin, that's on the floor. It's a decent battle there, wasn't it? But eventually Hitchinova just went over the line. His third personal foul. Ooh, little high even for Yang to reach, but he's able to keep it in the front court. Tough pull up there from Roshi Yun. Cruz, again, you look at the pressure all the way up at the halfway line. Well, Calvo, there you go. They didn't put him in a good spot on the previous play, but he was certainly in a good spot that time for his first points of the contest. Thomas Calvo, the corner triple. Just going to be a hand on the waist there. Foul is on Darren Hitchinova, battling for position in the low block and trying to recover from good early positioning by Hu Hao. Oof. Well, there's a lot going on there, but there's 2 points at the end of it for Chen Xiaopeng. Oh, nearly lost in the backcourt. And that's going to go against Calvo, just struggling a little bit with the extra pressure. See, just as he span, the ball didn't quite come with him and he could never quite recover. Goal. Here's Fu again, sizing up this matchup. Oh, what a swipe Huge block from Fugura. And away come Guam, and 3 at the other end. Defense to offense. Takumi Fukada, or Gabriel Simon, you might want to call him, but he knocks down the 3. Nice little in and out. Dribble to the rim and 1. Tough finish. Go Shunyang. Beautiful little shake of the hips as he got to the rim, got his body in the way of the defender, took the contact and finished hard. Well, that is a close-up, isn't it? Our cameraman putting his body in the line there.
One shot with
3-point play converted. China continuing to build on their lead. 30-point advantage it is now. It peaked at 35. Guam made a little bit of resistance. 32 it is now, sorry. Oh, that deflected off Yang on the way out the door. So that will be a Guam ball from the end. But only 4.9 seconds with which to work. Well, a foul on the inbound there for a hold on Fu Hao. So I'll try that again. Is that long 2? Yes, it is. Just towed the line. There, Mark Johnson knocking it down for a long 2. And we've reached the end of the quarter. And China very much in command on this one. Big lead. They've took that advantage they had at halftime, basically doubled it, and look well on course for a second win here in the FIBA Asia Cup 2025 qualifiers in this Group C matchup. Very much what the home fans will have turned up hoping to see has played out on court. Home team looking dominant. Took them a while, really. Some dogged resistance from Guam in those first 16 minutes, but since that mark, it's been pretty comfortable for the Chinese. And I thought really in this quarter, as we look back at the highlights, it got a little too comfortable for the Chinese. I thought their offense just was purring, really. When they wanted to go to the low block, they went to the low block. All right, a great defensive play there from Fugura. But when they wanted to shoot a 3, they shot a 3. That one was, well, they all count. They don't draw pictures on the scoreboard, but an unconventional way of scoring. And also, I thought the Chinese just stepped up their defense again at times. We've seen during this game, every now and then, they just turn the dial on the defensive pressure and make it very difficult for Guam, and they certainly did that at times in that third quarter. Well, Guam making their way back out onto court. They'll want to get a little momentum, a little something. They're obviously not going to overturn 30 points, but want to get some thing going. Don't forget, scan the QR code, download the courtside 1891 app. You can watch all the action from around the world, including Guam at home against Japan and China on the road in Mongolia on Sunday in game day 4. Well, sometimes there's not a lot you can do as a defensive player when you're outmanned like that. Young Hansen making it look easy. And, well, with that frame and that level of skill, it pretty much is. 6 of 6 now for the young man for 13 points. Tough shot. Calvo under all sorts of pressure. Showing extra pass. He'd have probably shot that in the first half. Oh, the crowd again wanting him to go. Here's Yang. Shot clock down to 5. Gao has it knocked away. Johnson running. Drops it off, nice pass. And just confused the defender as well. A little early in the offense, that shot, but they get the ball back, China, through Zhang Ning. And Zhang Ning looking down in the low block, and Yang Hansen, nice little give and go, and the cut to the basket, and there's an assist for Yang Hansen now. Smart play, knowing that he was drawing all the eyes. Good rebound there from Zhang Fangbo. He looked second best, to be honest with you, when it came off the iron, but showed his athleticism to get that. Ooh, just a little high for Yang to reach, as Gao was trying to throw him the alley-oop. Not too many passes that are out of the reach of Yang, but look at this. This is really good. You can see he's drawn all the defense, and great recognition to feed it back to Zhang for the layup. Doesn't get the friendly bounce there for Kumi Fukada. Here's Yang again. This time he kicks to the opposite corner. Again, great vision. Nearly tipped home by Liao. Foul called. Well, we've seen a lot from Yang Hansen today. I've been most impressed with the last couple of plays. His vision, obviously with his size and his skill, you know he can score down in the low block, but the vision to see the right pass. It's not just making a pass, it's the right pass. You saw on that last play that the cut it to the basket, which was the right pass on the previous play, wasn't that time, and he threw it to the opposite corner. Here he is again, very much playing through him now. Backing down. Will go himself this time, and one! Yang Hansen makes it 7 of 7 from the floor, and a chance to go to 16 personal points. You can see he was going through his reads. What's the right option? Right option is let number 51 go to work, so he did it himself, and a 3-point play. Which he converts. Sensational game from him. Really does look a promising talent for years and years to come for China. There he is with a volleyball spike of a block. Well, they got him again. Yeah, pass out. Don't want to get that rejected again. Tough shot. What a bucket. Takumi Fukada. But 3 right back at ya. Cheng with the triple. 6 to play. China well on top in this one. feeling good about themselves. Yang with a rebound to add to his significant contribution, and the other end a comfortable as you like three for Zhu Long. Johnson for three, misses everything. It's the easiest rebound of the game really for Yang, is sixth. No, they've got to switch. They'd switch back, but oh, a missed shot. Well, clip that one up. It hasn't happened all game. Yang with his first miss of the contest. Yu Hao getting his first minutes of the ball game. Long out there as well for the first time. Try and get good minutes for everybody today. As I said earlier, Coach Rowe thinking about the weekend as well. It's not just about this game here. Wants to make sure everybody's fresh for game day 4. Obviously, they've got to travel on to Mongolia. Well, Cruz is almost bumped out of bounds by his own teammate. They still have the ball, Guam. They don't have a lot of time to work with. Shot has to go up. It does. Misses everything. But China have the ball so they can run. Oh, nice fake. And then Yu got the rebound in the first place. Running rim to rim on the trail. And as I said in the first half, big man going to run the floor like that. Guards have got to feed them. And he's got a chance to get his first points from the free throw line. Wu-Jia-Ho. Well, Fagoga's got himself a highlight play at least. Sure he'll have that clipped up for the socials as he sits down. Wu-Jia-Ho missing the first. Two. Well, you can see they're already 14 points better than their previous effort against Japan with 4:40 to go. Century very much on the cards here for China. And they get 3 points closer to it with Chung knocking down the triple. Johnson. Stolen away. Again, they've got numbers 4 on 2. Right option every time. Yao with the lay-in. You know the fans are counting it down towards 100. Nothing a home crowd loves more than seeing the Century come up. Those fast break points have been very much key to this game. When you think about it, China got 22 in transition. That's not far off half of what Guam have in total. Never mind just in fast break points. Mark Johnson Jr. getting set to inbound. Is there a substitution there? No. I think he wants it after the inbound. And Sean getting ready to check in. Oh, air ball there from Aiken. A bit of a tangle underneath. I think Ben Borgia II is going to get called for that. Just wrapped up the arms of Wu-Jia-Ho. Now we will get that substitution as Zhang Ning checks in. Into Zhang Ning stumbling his way through. Lovely pass out the back door and one. Wu Jiahou with the finish, but what a tremendous pass from Zhang Ning. Stumbling through the middle, still had the eyes to throw it around the back of the defender. Great assist. Nothing but string on that one. Got himself a quick 5 points. Kumi Fakada fires up the triple off the mark. Good work from to pull down the rebound. And straight to the rim. Oh, gravity again, Zhang there. Just flipped it up. Wouldn't drop his way. Catch and shoot string. He's not going to die wondering, is it? The shot's going up if he's got an inch of space. Here's Zhu again, spinning baseline. Back to the little baby hook. Oh. Well, that was one where I think Fu would have been better served to just land and go back up. He had the time and space. Don't think he fully realized that. Wanted to get it away quick. Burger off the mark. Rebound falls nicely to Cheng. Again, straight to the rim. Ooh, with the rebound. And well, we were talking about the size that China can bring and the waves of it that comes at you. You think about it, been battling all game against the likes of Yang and Hu Jinzhou, and then you think you've seen them off, and suddenly Wu Jiahou checks in, all 221 of him, and he's the biggest of the lot. And Guam really haven't had any answer for that size advantage that the Chinese have just brought wave after wave of, and they're looking a little tired now, and surprisingly they've put a shift in, but they do at least get to go home now. They've had probably the most difficult run of it, with all of their away games coming first. They were in Japan in February and then went to Mongolia and then obviously come in here, but now they've got Japan at home on Sunday, and then the February window they will play Mongolia and China at home to round it off. As I say, the way they came through qualifying to get to this level was a real credit to them. They played so well to go through undefeated, and it was always going to be a challenge for them, that next step up. Don't forget, you can keep on top of all of the Asia Cup qualifiers via the app. As we tick down towards the final buzzer here, China trying to get to that 100 mark. Just can't quite knock it down, maybe a third attempt. Oh, listen to the crowd begging for Wang to shoot it. Oh, they want to see Wang on the scoreboard. He's the only player who's not scored in this game. And that's the other thing they love to see as well. Everybody getting touches, getting points. No, they listen to them. They just go all the way to the rim. Yes, he's on the board. Well, assist to the crowd there. And he gets to hear his name echo around the rafters here. As I say, as soon as he caught the ball, they were baying for him to attack the basket. And he certainly did. He's on the board. Is there time for the 100 is the question now. This will probably be their last go to get it. Because if they get the ball back, presumably, they'll just dribble it out. They're taking their time here. It's actually 4 on 5. He's going to shoot the 3. There is the 100. Well, 5 points for Wong Quinn. Shot clock is on here. So Guam are going to have to shoot it. Well, they're going to take the foul instead because Fu was the man who didn't make it down court on that previous play. So he's obviously struggling a little with something. That's what you don't want at the end of the game. 20 seconds to go, 30 seconds to go. Somebody picks up an injury in a game you've long since secured. Able to walk off under his own steam. But Fu Hao will be the concern of the medical staff here. Hopefully not too serious, and he's able to go again on Sunday. It gives Thomas Calvo a chance to put a couple more points on the board. No, he misses that. China pull in the rebound, and I think they'll just dribble it out here. Well, credit to Guam, really. Massive underdogs coming in, and for 16 minutes, they really held their own, but that spell just before halftime. China scoring the last 13 points of that first half. That really blew the game open, and you don't want to be chasing it from behind here on the road in China. And second half, they were in full flow, the Chinese. And this one ended up very comfortable indeed. Final score, China 101, Guam 53. As I say, some good learning for the visitors. Obviously, they'll have China back on their own court in the last round, and their target will be to, okay, we played them dead even for 16 minutes. Let's try and see if we can do that for a bit longer and see where that takes us. Because again, when you put the pressure on, that's when those shots become a little bit more difficult to make. But for China, a good run out, really. Saw lots of great things from Yang Hengsen. It's just up and down the roster, really. Zhang in the first half, what he brought to the floor, excellent. And minutes for everybody, points for everybody. And they all go home happy. Well, on to Mongolia happy, I guess. Fans certainly go home happy. Here's the numbers. And, well, 29 makes from two-point range. And they ended up 42% from three. Struggled a little early on. Look at the domination on the rebounding. 51-33. 16 turnovers wasn't too bad in the end, actually, given some of the pressure that Guam were under. Their backcourt was under. They probably looked after it as well as they could, I would say. But a good win for the Chinese. A win they had to get. They had to show that that last window was out of the system. Come here looking for 2 wins from 2 over this weekend, and they're on the board in the first one. And now it'll be about rest and recovery and travel and making sure you're eating right and ready to go on Sunday. Well, let's have a look back at some of the best plays. I think these first 2 will both be great post work from this young man. Excellent footwork there as well. Patience with it. And really, really good footwork. Guam were able to get a little bit in transition as the game went on. This is that other one, look. Nice give, go, fake handoff, then pass it down. It's just good recognition. He takes his defender out with that roll and then gets the assist at the end of it. And a massive block at the other end, an absolute volleyball spike. He almost caught it, to be honest with you. A tremendous block shot. That's one of them where you Johnson, you get part way into that shot and you go, oh no. And this was Wong getting himself on the board, the last of the Chinese scorers. And the crowd really, from this moment, were baying for him to keep going to the basket. And he didn't disappoint, avoided the charge and got his 2 points. He ended up with 5. And as I say, everybody who stepped on the floor contributed in an offensive effort that saw 100 on the board for China. And as the fans make their way out into the evening, they'll be well satisfied with what they've seen from their team on their road to Saudi Arabia in the FIBA Asia Cup of 2025. China will expect to be there, and with this win they take another step closer to ensuring that will be the case. Can't qualify this weekend, it will go to the February window, but 2 wins would really put them in the box seat, that's for sure, to take that spot. Japan could book their spot this weekend. They have also won today, the Japanese, so they are 3-0 at the top of this group, and with China 2-1 and Guam dropping to 1-2 now. Mongolia still looking for their first win in this Group C of the FIBA Asia Cup.
This competition is finished. Thank you for your attendance. Please exit the venue in an orderly manner by following the instructions as staff.
Well, here is confirmation of that result. 93-75, the Japanese seeing it out in the end. And 3-0 and looking pretty at the top of the group. China keeping the pressure up behind them. Don't forget the reverse meeting in February will be here in China between those 2 nations. And that is how things stand going into game day 4 in this FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers.